Oh my God.
Hello, lovely.
Hello, how are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What a week.
Good.
How's your week been?
You're having a what?
I said, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been a bit of a crazy old week. I've been having a bit of Halloween, a bit of Christmas. The other day I was putting up Halloween decorations with a Christmas t-shirt on. I've not shaved in about 3 or 4 days. I'm starting to look like Santa bloody Claus.
I think you're a character, aren't you?
I am. Well, I'm getting the boobs and I'm getting the belly. I actually think I'm the real Santa Claus.
Oh my God. I did see you do that video the other day, or that live with your Christmas t-shirt. I mean, who wears a t-shirt at Christmas?
Spratty batty.
I think you should shows in it, like, but you should have Mr. Batty Spratty.
Mr. Batty Spratty.
Absolutely. Oh my God, we've got a whole house coming in here tonight. We've got Pat Taylor, we've got Sharon Panda, we've got Amanda Small, Carmen Ingram, Barbara Gibson, Crystal Vincent, Anita Moten, Shannon Louise. A big hello to all you guys. Joanne Jackson is in house. Joanne, tonight is for you. What can I say? Danielle Patterson, Eileen Bathgate, Belinda Common, lots of love to all you guys. How is your week going? I mean, although we're on Friday, John, it's been quite a week, hasn't it? You've never stopped, neither have I.
I never stop. I just keep on going, me. Sorry, I was playing there. I've just realised I've came live on my mobile. And normally I've got the computer when we do this show at night time. But I've went live on my mobile and I'm sitting thinking, why am I so small looking? I need to suck myself into the camera. It's because I'm on my phone.
That's right. You're more like upright rather than across the way, aren't you, with the phone?
Yeah.
The phone. That's right. There you go. Well, there you go. You're like... There we go.
I know, but now I can't see anything on the screen. I don't know what's what anymore. Where's the camera? Where do I look at people? Hello? Where are you? Hello? Is this it? Am I looking at people?
Well, there you go. What can I say? And because your banner's quite big right across the way, we can only see half your face.
Oh, let's just stick it back this way.
I know. There you go. That's better. Listen, you're there as well. Right, guys, this is not a reading night tonight. Guys, we're coming into your home. Alex Wales is there. Hi from my house. Hello, Alex. Another Scottish guy, Irene Rudkin. Katie Clay is also in the house. We are coming into your home tonight, guys. This is Freaky Friday, right? So Freaky Friday means we do freaky stuff. And we're coming here. So if you've had hauntings, if you've had activity in your house, if you're feeling stuff happening round about you, I'm going to put a link in the comment section, right? So you click on it and you come into here. Although I'm now going, oh my God, you've had to do this normally, John. And I'm going to, is it 10 people that it normally allows in, does it?
Yeah, but it's all right. It fills it up and then it won't let anybody else in until somebody gets kicked out.
Okay, so there you go, guys. The link is coming up in the comment section. So please, it's coming up under my name, John's name, my YouTube channel as well. No one, Foxy's not flaming showed up yet. I think she's off on vacation.
Are you on my page as well?
I am on your page as well, John. Would you like to check?
Just asking.
Oh. Well, do you know what? We have got somebody in the waiting room already. We've got Donna in. Shall we bring Donna on and see what's happening? Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Donna.
Hello.
Hi. We can hardly see you. You're in the dark.
Sorry.
Donna, you've turned into a ghost. Where are you, love?
There
you are.
Hello, Donna. How are you?
Hang on.
Right, what's been happening?
There's a lot of noise at the moment.
Right, so we're trying to hear.
My daughter won't settle at night time.
Oh my goodness. How old's your daughter?
She's 6.
Wow. And is she actually in bed at the moment, or is she?
She's watching her YouTube at the moment.
The thing about children is they do pick up on a lot of activity, don't they, John?
Children, well, if you think about it, right, when we come from the spirit world, when we're born, right, this is the way I look at it. We've got like this big rope. So it's like a thread that still connects us to the spirit world. And as we're getting older, that thread gets thinner and thinner and thinner until it gets so thin that it's like everybody that can't see spirit doesn't know it's there. So when they're young, it's still there. It's nice and strong. And it's great. Us mediums have just kept a hold of that thread. Hello.
Hello.
This is my daughter, Holly.
Hello. What's been happening?
She says that she sees an old man reading to her.
My son used to get that, and a woman would come into his bedroom and read him a storybook, right? And I would go in because he would be shouting, and he'd be like, no, because she'd try and leave and take the storybook with her. And of course, then he would kick off. But he was adamant that this woman was his mum and that I wasn't his mum, and this woman was.
Oh, right.
A bit offensive, wasn't it? So you see a gentleman reading a storybook. Do you know this man?
Do you know him? No.
No. You don't know, and that's probably what the problem is. So, John, we need to tune in and see who this guy is.
Yeah, we need to see who the guy is then that's in the house reading stories. So whereabouts does it mostly happen? Are we able to see the area?
She says it's normally around about her bed.
So he sits on the bed?
Yeah.
Okay then. And is he an older guy or is he a younger guy? How old do you think he is?
How old do you think he is, Hals? Well, she's described him as grey hair with glasses.
Grey hair and glasses, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting a grandfather feeling. Right,
yeah,
but I'm also feeling grandfather. Yeah, grandfather. Does she meet her grandfather?
No.
Right, and
my husband's dad died when he was young.
I was going to say it's on Dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
This gentleman, quite a strict vibration with him as well. But at the same time, I feel I know a granddad, old-fashioned values, reading a book, that's what they would have done. Sounds a bit cliche, obviously, but this is what I feel he's doing. It's like he's trying to keep that old-fashioned sort of tradition going sort of there, okay? But there's a real strictness to him as he's coming in here. He's got his shoulders pushed right back, his head held high, very, very proud man, and I feel very well respected as well because I want to just start looking up to him. So I do get that respected feeling here. Quite a jolly chap at the same time. Okay, I feel he wants to spread happiness in and around the home, and this is kind of what he's trying to do. I feel with the book. Do you agree, Lara? It's like he's coming in, he's trying to dish that happiness in the way he knows, and the way he knows is through sort of teaching and books and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So
is he the voice that my mum sometimes hears when I'm on the phone to her?
Would it be more like a grunt?
Yeah, she says it sounds a bit like my husband talking when he's not here.
Her granddad's actually just wanted to be part of the whole family thing. Oh my goodness. But of course your daughter's she hasn't met him, she doesn't know who this guy is. You can understand why she's feeling the way. So listen, the best thing to do is to talk with him like, he's there anyway, which he is, right? Just bring him into the family, right? Maybe talk with your daughter about, how he used to be and, how her dad and him would get on and try and get a bit of familiarity going in there. It's a bit like asking a child to go off with a stranger.
Right, okay.
Of course, she's going to be a bit like, who is this guy? He knows who he is, but she's like, well, who's that? Okay.
Yeah.
So so another thing is rub your hands together, right? When she goes down, right, and try it, and her solar plexus, close her solar plexus down as well, because that's the main energy source as well. So even though it's wonderful that he's coming here, I would tell him, look, just back off a minute, God, and just let her settle and shut her close her solar plexus down so that he's not as able to attach to her energy, because she's probably feeling that. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? He's using her energy to do it, but she's like, look, I don't know who you are. Okay.
Yeah.
It's scaring her. So that'll help her calm down and not feel as scared.
Yeah.
Familiar. Get a blanket and wrap her right round in it so it settles her sensory system down as well, all right, and gives her that calm, that reassurance. So she's wrapped, a bit like you're swaddling a baby, really.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And it will help him, sweetheart. It doesn't mean any harm. I know he maybe looks a bit scary to you, but I think you quite like it with mummy, don't you?
Yeah.
I think she's a very sensitive, very intuitive child. Is she red-haired?
Pardon?
Has she got red hair?
Yeah, she has, yeah.
Yeah, well, that explains it, right? So they're very mystical anyway, right? Red-haired, but I'm red-haired, as you can see, and we tend to be a bit different. We're very sensitive, and we can pick up on stuff right from the off without anybody telling us. And probably most of our life is getting people to actually realise that's actually happening. So, like, if your phone rings, watch to see how she's behaving before you answer the phone, before you know what it is. She'll tell you.
Yeah.
If it's someone I want to answer.
That's right. Look, if she's, okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Donna. Bye, sweetheart.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, lovely little granddad coming in and visiting.
I know, it's wonderful. We have Natalie in the background as well. Marta, I have been thinking about you, and it's good to see you pop up here tonight. So Natalie's coming in. Anybody else who wants to, if they've got spooky goings on, if they've got, things they can't explain, if they're feeling a presence round about them and stuff, then click on the link in the comment section and come on and, share it with us. Let us see what's going on. And if John, of course, he might want to look in your fridge or your drawers. I mean, anything could happen here. Isn't that right, John? Have you slowed down? You. Hello, Natalie. We've kind of.
Hi.
Is that John back again? John's 2 seconds, because he's actually. I'm going to kick him from the studio there, and I'm going to get him on here.
I don't know what I've done. I just went to adjust, and the next thing I was like, oh, everybody's just disappeared.
Oh,
and then
there we go. Natalie's on now as well. Crystal, we're going to be coming to you next, so you hang around, sweetheart. And anybody else who feels like, Crystal's just left the building when I said that. Guys, we're in the comment section. Click on the link and just come into the studio. You'll be in the background. And, we've got Kylie just popped up as well. Natalie, tell us what's been happening.
Just like wee orbs in my son's bedroom that we can see on the camera.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've caught this on camera. Has your son been a bit unsettled because of it? Is he picking it up as well, or?
Not really, no. He just wakens up during the night quite a lot.
Right.
And I'm not sure if that's possibly a reason.
Right, so you're getting a bit of activity. John, what do you reckon? Is he sleeping at the moment?
Yes, he is.
We better not go in there, John?
no, definitely not, because I'm loudmouth and I'll have him awake in 2 minutes. But straight away, before you even started speaking, I was aware of a lady just pushing forward, and it was like she was pushing forward just at the side of you there, okay? And I felt like I wanted to say she looked identical to you, okay? Because it, like, as she was pushing herself into the side of you, it's like a haze kept coming over your face there. Okay, so I know there's a lady that looks very, very much like you that's in and around your house, most definitely here. I'm just getting her to connect in with me, and I feel really stubborn with this lady. Okay, it's like I'm wanting to just cross my arms and just look at you, but not look at you. It's like I'm looking through you, but I'm looking at you. Okay, she's got that. I call it that I'm going to kill you sort of stare, okay? Because that's what she's sort of doing here. And it's not that she means anything bad by it. She just, if she had something she wanted to say or do, she just looked at you. She just gave you the glare, okay? But it's this stubborn, stuck down energy that I'm feeling from her here, okay? Now, it is, I could see her, but it is like looking at you, okay? So the face, everything is absolutely identical here, okay? But I feel this is who's in and around the house. Now, I don't know if it's mum or a gran just yet. She's not telling me. It's like she's saying, well, you figure it out, son. So I know when she was here, she was that type of pain in the neck. Okay,
yeah,
you know,
be my granny.
Your granny. She wouldn't be blunt she would be blunt and to the point, but she's like, well, you figure it out because I'm not going to figure it out for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right? She's like, you need to work it out. It's like she wants to teach everybody, but she just wants to sit back and say, well, I helped you do that. You know, she's got to take the pride for it. A real happy, jolly lady, I do feel. Okay, and I feel a protector. She's not going to let anything bad happen to anybody in her family. Okay, family means everything. And I feel this is what she's doing. She's coming into the house and it's not that you are needed protecting, but she's watching over, she's protecting, she's sending her energy over to you. And it's like everybody's been feeling a bit on their own at the minute with being in lockdown and stuff, but it's like the house is feeling very lonely at the moment, even though you've got, you know, your son there, your son's got you and whoever else is there. It's like you are all stuck in your own little lonely bubbles, if that makes sense. Okay. And I feel this is why Gran's coming in, and it's been more so over the last few months. I feel that you're catching these lights, these flashy orbs going around you. Because it's like she's coming in and saying, I'm here, I'm that we are here, we're listening, we're trying to bring these together. Come on. And it's really, you've been sending a lot of thoughts over as well. Okay, so you've been sitting and, you know, probably a bit like me, I'm a nut job. I'll sit in the house watching the telly. Erin will say, we'll have a movie night. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, God, there's anybody there? Make noise. Go and jump out and scare Erin. You know, and I feel you're a bit like this. You're always sending, not necessarily those thoughts, but, you know, God, if there's anybody there, or can you help with this? Can you do with that? And it's like the spirit world's picking up on this at the minute, and they're rallying around to say we are here and we are lending that help. Do you sometimes feel like you've got something? I feel like I'm getting pulled on my leg.
Yeah.
Would you understand a baby in the spirit world, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Thank you. Two. That's perfect. Now I feel like now they would be roughly up to just, you know, just past your knees height if they were here. Does that make sense?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like they're pulling at your knees here. So I want help me, play with me, do this, do that here, okay? When children come in, sweetheart, it's always to bring a bit of happiness in and around you at the minute, okay? It's like everything's just been so, and the children are coming in to lighten that vibration, but I know they're connected to you and they want to be in and around you, okay? They want to be there, and it's like they're saying, we're okay. So you must have been thinking of them recently as well, okay? Particularly for their energy to be so strong and around you at this minute in time. I want to say, and I'll ask Lara in a second, but I don't feel like you're being haunted by anything, you know, that wants to cause you any troubles or problems. I mean, okay, your granny could be a bit of a troublemaker at times, but, you know, she's not there to dish up any, you know, like throw the photo frames across the floor or anything. It's more one of those wanting you to know that they're there and that they're okay and that they're watching and trying to help with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense.
Perfect. Lara, what about yourself? I just realised Gabby doesn't let you speak.
Well, I was like, well, there's no point. John's off in one now. I'm kidding. I think absolutely. So the orbs are to do with, she just wants to come and see the wee one, right? And making sure that she's looking after the family. After all, she looked after the family before, didn't she? Why should that change because she's over there? She is more like a mum to you. No disrespect to your mum, I got to say, but she's a bit like, what do you call that? The matriarch of the family, right? So yeah, you wouldn't want to cross her, but your best friend, right? If she was your best friend. Listen, Natalie, thank you so much. I'm really just talk to her. I don't know if you heard what I said to Donna before, but about rubbing your hands together, just particularly just to protect the energy of the wee one. And just when he's sleeping, just brush with your right hand down the solar plexus and just say close, right? Very, very gently, not roughly, and that'll help minimize the activity that's actually waking him up. Because if it's drawing on him and she's dancing around all over the place, then it's going to wake him up. Okay? Which is what you're doing. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Lots
Thank
of
you
love.
very much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Oh, I just want to bring it to everybody's attention. I cannot see a single comment since I got kicked out and joined back again.
You can't see comments at all.
No, and it is like watching a Chinese show, all right? Because the mouths are going like, what are you doing today? That is what it's like on my side. Like right now, I'm watching you saying goodbye to the last person we spoke to.
I was going to say we both froze there as well. So we did. Listen, we've got quite a few in the background here. I've got to say now. I says, listen, I'm coming to Crystal Vincent just now. Kylie, you're up next. Then we've got Deborah, and then we've got Kim. Right? Anybody else?
Give me 2 seconds, Lara. I'm going to close this and come back in again. See if it jump starts me. All
right then, no bother. Right, I'm going to add Crystal into where we are. Oh, Deborah, where we go.
Hi.
Hiya, how are you? John?
I'm good, thank you.
John's left the building. He'll be back, though. I think he's having a couple of connection issues. Crystal, it's good to meet you. Thank you for coming.
You too.
Wow.
No problem.
This is exciting, isn't it? So tell us what's happening in your home.
All sorts. I get all sorts, like from knocking to TVs coming on to dressing gown ropes swinging while I'm in the bedroom. It's just crazy.
Dressing gown rope swinging, like it's just like as if somebody's
they hang on the door and they just swing.
Oh wow, that sounds like a kid, doesn't it? It sounds like a child.
Yeah. It's pretty. It doesn't bother me. I'm quite happy.
Right. Do you hear footsteps running around? Are you getting any other sense of like anything mischievous happening?
Touching, tapping, but as soon as I realise, it stops.
Right, okie dokie then. So it's stopping, okay. And so it's a bit like when you're drawing attention to it, it just stops. Let me open this door and see if I can improve the reception. Hang on.
We're having nightmare technical problems at the moment. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
I tell you what, I mean, it's been absolutely if you're gaming, you're in trouble.
It's probably my son. It's probably oh no, actually he's got a sleepover tonight, so no.
It's not him. Okay then. So straight away I'm feeling the energy of a little boy. All right. I can't, it was the minute you started talking, I'm thinking about this little boy running around, and I feel this little boy connected to you. All right. Not connected to any of your children, but connected to you.
Okay.
All right. I'm feeling that draw. I feel that this boy, to me, feels like he's about 3 years old. Can I just say that? 3-4 years old. I feel that he's jumping up, he's dangling around, right? Not just with the dressing gown cord, can I just say that? But you see, I think there's stuff happening that you've probably just not noticed, as well. I feel he's brown haired. I feel the connection with you like he's a family member with you. I don't think he's connected to the house. I think he's a family member with you, okay? And I feel like I want to link arms like a brother as well, all right? I feel like I want to link arms, right? Do you know that you've lost a brother?
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay then. So there you go. Wasn't sure because
he wasn't born, so...
No, it's strange. We get asked this quite a lot, don't we, John? About you grow up the same. Like timing is very different over that side. It's almost like there's a much slower growth rate, right? So we can be like 50, and they can be like 5. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
We see them as a child because we know that they were lost as a child. And I'm so sorry that you didn't manage to even grow up with them, but he still remembers you. He's still part of the family. He's still...
totally, yeah.
You've physically grown right? Obviously, you've all grown up now, but he's not.
Yeah.
He still gets to act like a child and still gets to play up and still will probably hide car keys and door keys and that sort of thing. And you know, ring or knock at the door and go to the door, there's nobody there type thing. And you're like, what? I know what I mean. But
I agree.
yeah, okay. So he is a bit Mr. Mischief, I want to call him, right? The dressing gown card's interesting because it's a bit like, why the dressing gown? You know, it's like, look, he just wants you to be happy, he wants you to be restful. You're doing far too much, right? And there's a lot of stress going on round about you right now. He's telling me there's a lot of stress going on round about you. He says that your heart and your emotions are all over the place. Right. He says that you've been fighting a battle that you feel like you're not winning. Is that right, Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, listen, you're not alone. You've got reinforcements. Okay. But as a child, he wants to reassure you. His way of doing that is to play. All right. He's trying to distract you. Right. He's trying to do all sorts. He loved. Is it 2 sons you've got? Is it?
One.
Right.
I've got 2 nephews.
Right, so there's your son and there's 2 nephews, so that's like 3 males altogether, is that right? Okay then. So he likes to hang out with the males, right, in the family, I've got to say. So the fact that he's with you, right, he is concerned about you. He's trying to heal you at the same time, right? And for some reason, he's insistent on it's about moving on or moving out. But the moving, right, does that make sense?
Yeah. Not moving out, but moving on, maybe. Yeah.
Moving out, yeah. And I've got an incredible urge to drink for some reason, right? To actually, and I'm not really a drinker, if anybody knows, like, is to drink. So it's a bit like, for some reason, he's telling me that alcohol has changed everything. Okay?
Yeah.
You understand what he's talking about. I don't want to get too personal into it and stuff like that. But that young lad knows that because of alcohol, your life changed.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking for a reason, it's because of that, right? There's nothing you can do, right? It's detaching from the situation and stepping away and go, there's just some things you can't do naff all about, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, sweetheart. Yeah. All right, John, anything else?
Absolutely, just what you've been saying there is what I was getting. I felt a little boy there, most definitely, rolling around, just trying to keep you upbeat, trying to keep you on that wee straight road there, keeping your energy up. So just pick it up, keep going, smile, and say F you to the world at the moment.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Lots of love, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Oh,
God, what an absolute diamond that wee laddie was. Hang on.
Love it. I can see comments now, so I'm just going to say hi, everybody. I can actually see comments now. Hello, dear Linus. Hello, June Innes. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, everybody. Hello, someone who's just saying, is that John Spratt? Yes, this is John Spratt.
It is the one and only, guys, right? Let's do a couple of shout outs. Guys, please like and share our pages and this video as well. Listen, the person that shared the most, I'm going to gift a free mini reading done by myself. John, what about yourself? Are you gifting one of your readings, wee mini readings as well?
No, I'm a stingy fucker. I'm only joking.
Right. Reposting the link coming right up.
Yes.
Guys. Listen, so we're not doing the readings tonight. We're going to be back and we're going to be hitting the ground running for those readings next and sessions next Monday to build up for the big H. What's the big H on?
Hannah Monica. Halloween.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Did we speak about this? Halloween.
Halloween. We've got a surprise in Halloween. You've forgotten, haven't you?
Yes.
And
no point in lying.
T-shirt. Yes. Oh my God, you cannot wear your Christmas T-shirt.
I am going to wear my Christmas T-shirt on Halloween.
Well, listen, I'm sure Kylie will have lots to say about your Christmas T-shirt and Halloween. Kylie, good to see you. How are you? Beautiful. Gorgeous hair that you've got. Loving the colour.
I'd like to be outrageous. Can't afford a holiday. Change is as good as a holiday.
Oh, listen, girl, when a woman changes her life, she changes her hair.
Well, they told me that when you go through a midlife crisis, you either get a piercing, changed hair, or a new tattoo, and I got all three. So
you've got changed hair, a piercing, and a tattoo. Do we ask where the piercing is?
My tattoo's on my face. I'm in the process of getting it taken off.
Oh, I kind of like it there.
I would have kept it if it was a bit smaller, but it was a little bit too big for me. So
okay, right. And the piercing?
I got my nipple pierced because I've got them all over my face, so I ran out of room on my face.
Absolutely right. We've got to make room.
That sounds like my wife.
I have 18 piercings and you can see 17 of them.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. Right, Kylie, tell us what's been happening.
So for about the last 6-7 years, I'm not sure what it is that's following me, but there is something following me. It has been for about the last 7 years that I've noticed. Initially I thought it was the house that I was in, but it followed me to this house. Doesn't do anything to hurt me or anything like that, just likes to play little games like I'll put something down on the table and I know full well I've put it there. I'll go to get it and it's not there, and I'll search the entire house for it and I can't find it, and then half an hour later I'll go back to where I knew I put it and it'll be back there. As you can see, my cat.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to you, I want to well, it's your left, but I said I wanted you to just move to the right, so it's the cat that's there, right? Okay then.
Yeah, she's 8 years old. She sticks close to me, very, very close to me. She doesn't like people. She's very, very antisocial. The only person that, and it's only been in the last, now she's awake. She's like, you're talking about me. She's got really, really smoochy and really cuddly in the last 6 to 8 months. And she never used to be. She used to hate people altogether. I also noticed that I get a very bad sense of like deja vu, and I almost pass out, and I noticed that there's like out the corner of my eye something called like run past me, so to speak. Before the sense stops, and at night times and stuff like that, when I'm in bed and it's dead silent, I will feel initially I thought it was the cat jumping on the bed, but it's not. The cat's not even in the room, and I'll feel my whole bed jolt. And then I'll like when I'm almost asleep, and then when I come to, there's nothing in the room. So
right. Okay, yeah. Wow, John, what you reckon? What are you picking up?
So straight away, as you were talking,
look at this.
Don't be scared. We're going to help you. I felt straight away that you're very connected to the spirit world. Okay, you know, I feel.
I used to see my brother when he died when I was 5, and I used to see him all the time. And I know that he goes and sees my daughter, because I can hear her talking to him. When people think that she's crazy and that she's got an imaginary friend, and it's my brother.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I just felt that strong spiritual connection with you. Okay, you know, I even feel where you've attempted, whether it's to sort of connect to spirit or you've sat meditating, but there's things you've tried doing, okay, to sort of strengthen that connection there, because I could see that in and around you. And I mean, even as I'm sitting looking at you on the screen, I could see big flashes going past you. And if anybody else could see them, please do pop it in the comments. But there is lights just popping all around you here. It's like you've opened yourself up to spirit and you've never ever been able to close it down. Okay, it's like how do I say it? When we work for spirit, it's like we put on a light at the top of our head and we go, on, and that light beams up, and all the spirit world are like, oh my God, there's a light. There is a road down to earth where we could communicate, and your light is shining so bright, it's been on so long that spirit's just going boom, boom.
Yeah.
There's a law coming in, and because you're so aware of them, you're picking up on who's coming in, when they're coming in, how they're coming in. Now, when you're saying that you're getting things happening, I want to say to you, it always feels like it's something different. Okay, you know, yes, you get your brother coming in, but when it's things like something's being moved or a noise is going on, or you hear a voice or you hear a footstep, the energy always feels different every time you get them.
Yeah.
Because it's different energies that's coming forward to you. Okay. Most definitely, I feel your brother around about you. Okay. I feel other family members in and around you as well. All right.
At the start of the year, I lost my ex-partner, who not long split up with me. We lost his sister and her boyfriend due to a car accident at the start of the year. Yeah.
I was going to say I felt a lady, and I seen a car. I kept seeing a smash. I was talking to you, but I couldn't work out what was going on. So that makes sense to me now. But I seen that at the side, most definitely there. So they're coming in and around as well at you here. Okay, I really feel like we need to try and get you closed down a little bit. Okay, you know, teach you how to sort of close off from the spirit world. And it's something that's really, really easy done, but it's also really, really difficult. Okay. When we open up to the spirit world, it's a simple sort of exercise, all right? And without knowing it, we say, okay, I'm opening myself up.
I just want to go get my son because he has the same issue. He's 14 and he has the same issue. So if I can get him to come sit, and then you might be able to show him, to tell him what to do as well. Jaden, can you just come in here for a second, please? No, you just sit there and watch TV for a minute, my darling. Yeah, in a minute, okay? You hop up and watch more, Anna. That's a girl. Good girl. I'll be there in a second, okay? Right, Jaden, I just went on to, this is these lovely people's here, is John and Laura. We're live with them at the moment. Okay. I just explained to John about how we put things down and they disappear and come back. And that comes it over here because it's easier to see. He just explained about how I'll let you explain it to him. He might be able to. This is Jaden.
Hi, Jaden.
Hi, nice to meet you. So it's just a little exercise. What we're thinking here, or what I'm seeing, is that these are very much open to the spirit world. Okay, so spirit are able to come in and they're communicating, they're moving things to sort of get your attention because you've given them that permission to be able to do that. Okay, so we're going to give you a little exercise that you can do, which should stop it. It should close your sort of door to the spirit world. All right. Now, all you have to do is, I would recommend that you, although I'm saying to you, you're already open, I'm going to tell you to do an exercise that opens you up anyway. Okay. So you would close your eyes, you would relax your mind, you would just get everything emptied in there and visualize either a book or a door or a light bulb, anything you want. But what you're going to do is visualize it and you're going to open it. So if it was a book you were visualizing, you open that book, okay? And as you're doing that, you're given permission. You're saying, I'm opening myself up to the spirit world, okay? If you're putting on a light, again, you're putting on the light, you're opening the door. You're putting the light on to allow them to come forward. Whatever you feel comfortable doing is what you do, all right? Now, when you do that, you will feel a change within your body. You'll feel like your senses are heightened, okay? But straight away, I'll then want you to just close it down. So whatever visualization you did to open up, you would reverse it. So if you opened a book, you're closing the door. Yeah. If you opened a door, you're closing a door. Now, when you do that, you should feel a change in your body. So whatever you felt The first time when you opened up and your senses came up, when you close it, you should feel flat. You shouldn't feel like you're on edge or you're listening to everything. Okay? If it doesn't work, you do it again and you get forceful with it. So you don't just go, okay, I'm closing the door. You'd be like, I am closing that door. You visualize yourself slamming the door. You then put a key in it. You lock the door. Okay? If that still doesn't work, you slam that door, you put a key in it, you stick another lock on the top of it, put boards with nails on it, and you keep doing it until you've got it into them that enough's enough. You're not getting to come forward here anymore. I've closed my door. All right. You only get to come in when I allow you. And that's the way I work. When I do any sort of demonstration, spirit don't come in and start speaking to me whilst I'm doing my shopping in Morrison's, because if they did, I'd hunt them down. I'd probably go outside and kill myself so I can go to spirit to find them and be like, right, you, how dare you speak to me when I'm in Morrison's? Right?
Being there, John, I know.
But it took me ages to get to this point where spirit now only come to me when I allow them to come in. So I could stand on a stage in front of 1,000 people to do a demonstration, all right? But if I don't say to them at the start of that and open up my door, they will not come and join me on that stage. And if I don't close myself down after that demonstration, I'll go home with everybody's grannies, mums, dads, everything sitting in the backseat of my car, do nothing but chat. I'd come home and they'd be moving everything in the house. And this is what I feel's happened with you guys at the moment, okay? You have unconsciously opened up the door, but you just haven't known how to close it back down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, perfect. So that's your homework for tonight for the two of you.
That's it. We'll be checking it again next week.
I mean, really, it is a hard, the first time you do it, trying to visualize something, you think, my God, I feel like a nut job doing this, okay? But it might take 10 minutes, it might take 20 minutes, but see, the next time you do it, you might get it the second time. Then the next time you do it, it'll take you 2 seconds, and then you get to the point where you don't even know you're closing. Something will happen and you'll be, oh my God, I've accidentally opened up. You'll shut it down as quick as that noise came in, as quick as that TV remote got removed. You would be closing it back down,
That's actually the main thing that disappears all the time is the TV remote. All the lighters, just little wee things that they like to pick up and move around, and then you're looking for them all day, and then literally they're right there where you knew it was to start off with.
Always the same. It's always.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much, Kylie. I really, really appreciate you coming on. And, well, Kylie and Son. I like that.
Yes.
Sounds like a new branding. Good. Oh, hello. I know.
This is the one that talks to my brother.
Wow. Pleased to meet you. What's your name?
What's your name? Davina.
Oh, very nice.
Wow, what a beautiful name for a beautiful girl.
Going to a park.
We are going to the park soon, aren't we?
Oh my goodness. Wish we could come with you.
Picnic.
We have a great time at the park.
Yeah, have a fabulous time.
Have a great time. We will catch up with you very soon, Kylie. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming on. Lots of love. Take care.
Bye.
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 Lovely. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of that. We're working soon. So we've got Deborah. That was fabulous. John, you were amazing there. So you were.
Oh, just rabbiting on me.
Well, that's true. It's your Marta. I wish someone had told me that when I was a child. So that was invaluable. There we go.
There we go.
Shannon's saying, I feel my bed shaking at night. I say, stop shaking my bed, and it stops. Am I imagining it? No, not at all. You've got to realise, guys, you're in charge. But you
are in charge.
Realise that. There's many a time John and I have been absolutely shishing ourselves, right, somewhere, and then we remember, hang on, right?
I'm the boss.
I know. That's right. And it's a bit like realising everyday life that actually we're more empowered than what we think. Hey, John. So we've got Deborah Karasik coming on, and then we've got Shannon after that. Guys, we're having a great time here. I think it's been fascinating, isn't it? Let's see what Deborah's got to say. Deborah, thank you so much for being here. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
Deborah.
There we go.
Hi, John.
How are
Miss
you, beautiful?
John.
I love you
I'm
too.
good.
Oh my God. We've got John's number 2 fan this week, have we? After the lady in Japan last week. Number 1 fan.
I've got the best fans in the world. I have decided. Deborah, where have you gone?
Wait, Deborah?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
She's got all over excited,
Can you
so she
hear me?
has. Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
No,
Where are you?
I just
where
don't know how to get my camera back.
Okay, where are you live
Huh?
from, Deborah? I think
You can
probably
hear me, right?
we can hear you. Yeah. So there's a camera thing. She's just about there. She's nearly there. Come on, everybody. Let's will Deborah back on.
Okay. Okay, I don't know what happened. Camera, mic, let me see.
Yeah, if you check
Okay.
the camera.
I don't know what happened. But you can hear me.
We could hear you, yeah.
We can hear you, right? Unless we need to look around your room, like or around the house at all, then because we're in the shit. Or you could leave the stream and click the link and come back in, Deborah. Would you rather do that?
Would it help you read me better?
Oh, we don't always need to. It depends what it is.
Read me better.
What's been happening, Deborah? Let us know what's been happening. What's been happening? What's going on?
I just want to know if you see a job for me. If you see a job, I lost my job after 30 years. And I've been living off my inheritance or my retirement money.
Oh, okay. Well, this is on Freaky Friday. We don't tend to do this, but I think we'll make an exception just this time. Right? Shall we, John?
Yeah, go for it then. I'll let Lara go for it then.
Well, I've got a feeling, right, there's
Thank
more
you.
to this. After 30 years, right? Hang on a minute.
She's getting her cards. She's getting her cards.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There we go.
I'm just trying to start. I'm trying to start my retirement now, but I don't know.
Okay.
You don't want to retire.
No.
Well,
I'm still young.
I think part of it, you want to be, do you know, Deborah, it's more about making money, isn't it? Doing what you love to do, all right, without feeling that you need to go to
Correct.
a job. Because part of you, I think
Exactly.
you've been enslaved for 30 years, girl, haven't you? You've been enslaved.
Yes.
Right? Had to live by something,
Yes.
and there's a little bit of the inner Deborah that's being a bit rebellious, and she didn't want to go back to that. And I think that's probably why you're caught up in that loop, right? You know, of what you should be doing,
Absolutely.
but it just ain't happening, girl.
Right.
It's not happening, and you're there going, why do I feel duped here? Right? Why do I feel like I'm getting that close, and it's just not happening any further than that? Now, it's about simply, Deborah, you should be really getting to grips with the spiritual side, right? You're wanting to help people.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Sorry about that. I thought for a minute.
People.
I was like, okay.
I mean, I'm John's #1 fan.
Well, there you
I've been
go.
following him for like 3-4 years now.
I love you.
Okay, right. Actually, no. The lady from Japan was John's #1 fan last week. So you're going to need to compete with her.
That was last week. I've been following him for like 4 years now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's competing. Right. Listen, Deborah, you've got skills, right? We've got the High Priestess and we've got the Sagittarius, right? What star sign are you?
Libra.
Right. But see, the thing
Libra,
with Libra,
September 24th.
Librans go through life looking for the balance, right? So it's just, you got to get used to the fact it's never going to feel like that, okay? You've got to kind of learn to ride the energy by the seat of your pants, girl. Okay, so here we've got the philosopher, the Sagittarius, in November, December. Now, if I were to say, listen, girl, John, step aside here. I'm like, John can teach you how, like, what to do and where to go with this, right? You've already been following him for 4 years, right? So I think that it might warrant a wee conversation about maybe some mentorship here in this area, okay? Are you any supporters group?
I have, yes, I have entered his mentorship group, meditation group.
Okay, then. So there's other things that the fabulous John actually does, right, that you could talk about afterwards. But this is about really like digging deep, connecting with your inner spirit, right? You're actually a healer and a medium, but I don't think you're aware of that at the moment, okay? So I'm kind of thinking, see, by springtime, it's about you helping people. Most people that aren't evolved in that way will say, oh, I want to go learn to be a counsellor, or I want to go and do this or that to help people. But you see, we're in a different society now. And I think that you're struggling to find your place because society's shifted, okay? And so your mindset, your energy is just got to shift into that. As a Libra, let me tell you, girl, nobody's more predispositioned to this than you are, right? I think it's just, you just maybe needed somebody to say to you. And there's us making an exception, doing a card reading for somebody when it's a kind of spiritual night that we're doing here tonight. So I'm a great believer that things are for a reason, okay? Definitely. And you've been living off your retirement thing, right? Okay, so you've got a little bit of support. Your retirement income.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on I'm waiting for my unemployment to kick in, which it hasn't. I've been waiting for it since July.
Right, okay then. So nothing. Because that will support you, won't it, in the meantime, okay? Right, to learn a bit more. But it's kind of like very soon you're going to have people coming towards you that are going to be needing that guidance, that help, that support from you, right? So kind of I'm trying to move a chess piece, which is you closer to the king, which is Spratty there, okay? Going that way, yeah. Right. And I feel like I want to urge you to do this. What do you feel, John?
Definitely. I would push you into the spiritual side, the mediumship side. I want to tell you as well, Deborah, your daughter's in and around your vibration as well. And quite a lot recently also, because I just feel there's been a lot of things going on round about your house, and it's like you're getting that wee push and that wee uplift just to say, come on, Mum, keep on going. Okay. So do pay attention to that. But definitely I feel just exactly what our Lara just said, pushing you, getting you doing that meditation, doing little card readings for people, opening up your psychic side, which in turn then opens up your mediumship side as well. And I really do feel, we say to people, anybody could read tarot cards and be a psychic, but not every psychic can be a medium. But most definitely you've got that mediumship energy in and around you. So it's time to open up, darling.
It's not just the difference between. It's not just about that. It's about learning how to monetize our particular gift set, their skill set with that, so that she can be supported in that, as well as helping other people.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a medium and a psychic? Like
psychic.
Mediums talk to dead people, right? Mediums primarily are a communicator, right? So we read energy that other people doesn't see, including dead people, right? In the communication there. A psychic tend to pick up in the here and the now and can foretell future.
The beautiful Aaron has just walked in.
Sorry, Deborah.
I had this experience where I thought there was like a bad spirit around me, and I was about ready to get my sage and just start saging my house. I swear, because I felt like it was evil.
Well, okay then. The thing about nothing's ever really evil, and and that is like there's some people that are spiritual warriors, and you just tell it to do one, right? They can't be there and tell you to do that and affect your energy. It usually happens because A fight or flight sense is triggered when there's a detection of an energy that it's not familiar with, right? So when you feel that presence, your mind will tell you it's evil, when in actual fact, it's actually your inner sense on a fight or flight trigger and response to go into a different area. So if you entertain the idea that it's not evil and just try and hear or what the communication is and try and communicate with it, you tend to find that that evil presence that you feel is actually somebody trying to communicate. It's just because your inner self is built and wired for, I suppose, a defense mechanism of like if a presence is threatening in any way, you see, it'll just measure it all the same way. Does that make sense, Deborah? So
Yes, it does. It does. It does.
John and I say, if in doubt, you sage it, right? That'll break the negative ions off the particles and stuff, so it will lighten the energy, you know, a bit. But I think that all it's wanting you to do, a lot of presences are, they just want you to communicate with them.
I love that. If in doubt,
perfect.
sage it.
I think doubt, sage it, John. That's what I say. Get the old sage out, right? That's it.
I'm going to sage Erin later on.
That's it. Just walk it out. Don't talk it out of the back. No problem, Deborah. Thank you so much.
Bye, Deborah.
Okay,
Bye.
love you guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.
Love you.
Hang on a wee minute.
Erin's saying she's just been for a shower. She don't need no cleansing.
Don't need no cleansing. Just keep your sage stick to yourself, okay?
I'm gonna sage her later.
Well, that's shh. Don't tell everybody that. Shannon, thank you so much for hanging around in the back there.
I'm just gonna slip to the side.
Yes, he's just look at him. He's just like slinking to the side, John. Slinking.
Right, I'm gonna have a.
Shannon,
Right.
how are
Let's
you?
carry on.
Focus, John. Focus. Right. Shannon, she's, God love her, she's been in the background there for ages, waiting patiently. How can we help you, Shannon? Thank you so much for waiting as well.
That's all right. It's probably not as much as what everyone else is having. I haven't been feeling anything in the house, but my little girl, bless her little heart, she's only 5, but things are going missing in the house constantly. Of course, she's been getting all the blame. Like all the blame, because she can be a little bit of like a kleptomaniac sometimes, not all the time, but there's been a couple of like valuable things going missing. Like one of them was my wedding ring. I had an infection on my hands, long story to do with sanitizer, so I took them off, and my engagement ring was fine, but my wedding ring was taken, which is not like her. If she was going to take it, she would have taken them both because they were together. But my husband's glasses went missing, and they are turned up on the top of the kitchen cupboards, which, you know, a 5-year-old can't reach the top of the cupboards.
No.
Poor wee soul's been getting blamed for all this. That's basically what's been happening. Oh my God. Right, and this is, wow, this is a badass spirit, John. What do you reckon?
Well, it's a bit of a tea leaf spirit, isn't it?
Listen, Oliver Twist springs to mind with this one, doesn't it? You know, that kind of, let's gather this and hide it, maybe they won't notice and then we can flog it later. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? We've got glasses, we've got the wedding ring, right next to the furnace out the back melting down all the goods before they flog them on, you know. Now tell me, I'm feeling about that property that you're in. Is that an old property that you're in?
No. It's
right.
one of a newer building.
Right. Okay. Let's break it down even further. The ground that it's built on. Okay.
I think so.
You think so? What?
I think it used to be an old church.
Perfect.
Right. See you later. We figured it out and we don't like it. See you later. No, I'm kidding.
That's it. Sorted. Move out.
Just move out. Bye.
We've been here a year and it's only just started in the last couple of months. So
yeah. Well, you see, a lot of it, right, Shannon, is to do with ley lines, electromagnetic, you know, like energy under the surface, right? So if you've got consecrated ground, which this is happening more and more, John, isn't it? Where the cemeteries and the hoping that nobody knows, but not even that. It's not just about that. Quite often ground shifts underneath, right? So they can be buried elsewhere and the ground's moved underneath. And yet, before you know it, your house is built on top of like 1,000 coffins, right? And you're unaware of it, right? Until toddle along, you know, like looking into why stuff's happening in homes and there's poltergeist activity and that. So it kind of, what's happening is actually running along the lines of poltergeist stuff, isn't it? When you think about when they're talking stuff and you get that, I mean, tell me, you get that foreboding feeling at the time when it happens, don't you? Like, okay, so there is a child in the house and it's easy to blame them, but the reality thing is she wouldn't have been able to get on top of that cupboard, right? Now, so that the person that's doing it is now just giving it away, because before they were trying to blame it on the child, right? A lot of time. And to begin with, you see, children are very sensitive, right? And you, because they're in the grey energy, right? That kind of expansive ether energy, right? That they can be connected to spiritual energy and not know it. So quite often they'll pick something up and hide it, and then you speak to them, was that you? And they'll go, no, it wasn't me, because they honestly don't have a memory doing it. You know, like children have a lot of, you get a lot of children that have invisible friends as well that tells them to do stuff and things, and they can set little tea sets up. They'll be adamant, they have full-blown conversations with them like you're meant to see them and everything.
Yeah, she used to do that all the time.
So there you go, right? And up until about the age of 7, is it 5, the brain starts to slow down, you know, a little bit with the amount of stuff that it's absorbing. 7, every 7 years is when the every individual changes, right? And they go on to the next stage. But so she's, let me look at this. She's had the invisible friend, right? Now stuff's been hidden and put elsewhere and stuff. I think you've got a very intuitive child there on your hands, and a very gifted child.
Probably. She does speak a lot in her sleep, a lot. Like lots of conversations, and
Okay.
I mean, she's bringing out names that I've never even heard of, like her school classmates. None of them have that name that she's coming out with.
It's like me
Videos
when
on
I
her
was a
phone,
child.
I think she was maybe
Oh,
2,
yeah.
talking to someone in the corridor, and she was like closing the door, and then she'd open it and go boo, and I'm like, there's nobody there. What are you doing?
Sounds like the female version of me.
Yeah,
Oh, she's
it's great fun.
she
Only
really
nobody
scared
else
me that
can see
day.
them. I know.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Wait
I
till
feel
it's a
terrible
teenager.
because I'm actually blaming her, and
Yeah.
it's because one of the things that went missing was my necklace that my husband got me.
Yeah.
And so I'd said to her, because she used to play with it all the time when I was in the shower, but she'd always come and give it to me. So the fact it went missing, I was like, right, come on, hand it over, sort of thing, because I knew she'd play with it. But it turned up in my dressing table drawer, where she normally hides things if she steals them. So I was like, well, that's obviously you. She goes, Mummy, I didn't know it was there at all. I didn't know. I'm like, So
Oh,
I'm at
bless
that point.
her.
And then, of course, the glasses went missing. We're like, right, well, come on. Like, I've emptied her room. I mean, emptied her room. I even changed it all around. I moved the wardrobes, everything, to try and find my wedding ring, and I can't find it anywhere at all.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
goodness.
it's a tough one because I feel there's quite a lot of spirits in and around the house, and you know, a clearing is something that can definitely be done to sort of balance out the energy, you know, ever so slightly. I don't mean a clearing like you need to pay a piece or anything coming in your house.
But to be
You know,
honest,
just
with what's gone on with my life with spirit sides wise, I would be surprised if I had a lot around. Let's put it that way.
yeah. I would definitely be trying to get some. I think Lara, you do the white candle sort of thing, isn't it? I'm sure I heard you last week explain.
Yeah, it's to the salt and the tea lights. Have you got tea lights?
Yeah.
Right, and salt. Is it a wooden floors that you've got?
I've got wooden floor in the living room, and then lino in the kitchen, and then carpets everywhere else.
Right. It's not a flat you're in, is it? Is it a house?
No, it's a house. Yeah.
Right, okay, then because you've got wooden floors, you're going to need to go around the outside of the house as opposed to the inside of the house. Okay.
Okay.
Is it a detached house or semi-detached?
I've got a house on each side. So
it's a terraced house.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to have to kind of like lock it down. Now, if it's can you go right the way around all the like the terraced houses? Can you go right the way around? Because you could.
I could, but it's going to take me a long time.
I mean, your neighbours are going to think you're nuts.
I was going to say it's going to take you a long time, and you'll have a bit of explaining to do.
Yeah, I'm at the top of a very long street. Let's put it that way.
It's a very long street, right? And you'll say, "I'll be back in a week," right? Eat your own dinner, love. That's it. What you've got to do, right, is normally I would say to do inside the house, right, because you're protecting your castle, right, your parameters, right. Now I've got to ask you, this is like witching up here, right? You're stepping into the magical self of you, okay? And really, salt is a cleansing thing, right? You're doing it like with tea lights, okay? So you're basically incorporating all the elements. You know, you got your fire, your water, your air, that sort of thing, right? If you want to run around and trot around my cross, you knock yourself out. Well, don't literally knock yourself out, but you can do that if you want, right? As in, so you come in the front door, you go to the left. You would go to the furthest corner to the left-hand side when you come in. Now, because you've got wooden floors, right, I would avoid, this is a part where I would sprinkle it outside, okay? So you're going outside, right, then put a tea light candle, right, outside, light it, because you need to burn it down. And I would just say the Lord's Prayer, going from the door to that candle, sprinkle the salt, light the tea light, okay? And then from the next one, go to the furthest corner. Now you might want to light that one inside because that's a carpeted area, okay? And therefore you would sprinkle the salt right to that tea light, light that candle, say the Lord's Prayer again, and then to the next furthest corner, right, sprinkle the salt, and then light the tea light candle in the corner, and then again to the fourth corner, all right, light the candle, okay, and sprinkle the salt back to the door. Okay, let the candles burn down. You're marking your territory, basically. The salt is cleansing and it'll perform a protective barrier round about the parameters of your home. Okay? So effectively that'll lock it down, right? You can go a little bit further than that with the whole urine in the front in the jars and place them at the front door, right? But that might feel a bit odd, and the neighbours definitely.
Well, the time of year, I think I'd get away with it anyway. So
probably do that, right? Because it's
there's nothing like a witch's jar sitting on your doorstep.
That's
exactly.
Right. Listen, they won't even ask any questions. They'll be too scared. They'll be like, okay. So it's a bit like you are locking it down. This is an empowering. It's like a ritual, right? It's empowering. It's that you're saying, this is my energy, right? And this is forbidden area for you to come in, because we need your daughter to kind of like desensitize a little bit as well, okay? Because otherwise she'll going to end up like John and I. She'll be in her teens shimmying down the bloody drain pipe and going off to a crypt to have a seance when everybody's out night clubbing, right, and doing things that normal teenagers do type thing. Yeah.
To be honest, I think I prefer the whole like night clubbing and things. It sounds like a much better idea.
No, trust me, you want her to go to nightclubs. You don't want her seancing.
And going through my mother's whole collection of Esco glasses at the time, so that because you have to smash them afterwards. There was nothing left.
The amount of my granny's nice crystal cups that I have to smash off the wall.
Exactly. It's a bit like some sort of, because you've got to do it, haven't you? And then, of course, they bounce. You get the rocks. Anyway, never mind. Never mind. Some children, right, are meant for clubbing. Other children, like your daughter, I think, by the sounds of it, are meant for a different pathway. And she's different, right? She's very sensitive, very gifted by the sounds of it. You get your indigo children, your crystal children, your rainbow children, right? And they're all, their vibrations different and higher. I mean, it was indigo and you saw their aura through Carillion photography. Her aura would probably look like a purpley bluey color. Okay? So I would like you to go and do a little bit of homework about that, just to explain the energy that's coming from your daughter, right? Which is why I'm saying for you to lock it down, because we don't want all these entities attaching to her, and then she's not understanding this at this stage.
Okay, because she keeps telling me that there's little fairies in the house, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, fairy person! Oh, look at that!
So I don't know
My
if
grandfather
on
a camera used to develop
mechanism in her head that's what she's seeing or speaking to, but is every night she has to have a light of some sort with her so that she can keep the fairies away of her bed, and I'm like, okay.
Sorry, I used to have a door that I put in the tree and tell the kids that was the door for the fairies in the tree. Right. Let me put it this way. I know about the coping mechanism part you're getting, because that's how it maybe seems on the outside looking in. But if you're a family of right-handed people and suddenly you've got a child that can write with their left hand, nobody asks questions about that. But if you've got a child where, if they're in a family of religious Catholics and suddenly you get a child coming in and they see fairies and talk to dead people, then people ask questions.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay, right. So it's just about embracing the difference that she's in. I would say get onto it, do a bit of reading, Mum. Okay? And instead of looking at it from the perspective of somebody's nicking the jewelry and putting it up, just turn it around the other way and try and be your daughter for a while. And I would do a lot of reading and a lot of looking into stuff and try and understand how she's working and operating from. Right, so you're a Zanussi washing machine, your daughter's a hot point, but you're trying to make her into a Zanussi.
Right.
Right, she doesn't work with the Zanussi manual. Okay, sweetheart, that's the best thing I can do, just to try and bring it around. There is nothing wrong with her. In fact, she's a hybrid version of everybody else.
Oh no,
right?
definitely.
There you go.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Okay, sweetheart, so much, right? I've loved it. Thank you, Shannon, for sharing and coming on, and you have just got a little start out of that wedding ring is going to turn up, by the way. I feel like I want to go near the wardrobe and something to do with a doll's house or a wee house or something that's there.
Right, okay. That's really weird that you said that, because she's got one in her bedroom that she's putting everything on at the minute. Like, she's lining everything up on it. And I've looked at it and there's nothing in, but it's the only thing that I keep getting drawn to check.
Is she lining it up and it's all exactly even?
No, I wouldn't say it's like even, because she's just getting every little tiny little figure that she can find, and it's going on the roof, it's going on the edge, they're going like in lines everywhere.
Okay,
she
then
it's her display, so we just leave her to it.
She's creating. Okay, she's creating. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Watch for the ring appearing there.
Yeah, see, look, we've got a rainbow. Speaking about freaked her nurse, she was adamant that her friend went out the door, but there was no one there. Look, Louise also has a rainbow daughter as well. There you go. Highly sensitive, right? Will seem like they're just in a different world all the time.
Yep, that's what teachers keep telling me as well. So
I'll keep an eye on it. Very special. Lots of love, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Shannon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
Right.
love it.
We've got one last one quickly. Right.
One last one. Somebody asked what a witch's jar was. A witch's jar.
Emma accidentally kicked you out by mistake. She might have gone herself. If she doesn't come on in 2 seconds, it's been a blast, hasn't it?
I know. I was just about to explain this. Somebody asked what a witch's jar was, so I'm just going to quickly do it, and maybe that person will show up. So a witch's jar, we've got them in our house. They're a protection jar, really. Okay, so whenever we move into a new house, plus every single year, me and Erin do our witch's jar, and it is sort of pagans and Wiccans and do it, but you know, as an all-over medium psychic, we dabble into that area as well. But you put things like pins, sharp objects and all that into this jar. You do all your bits and jazz to it and put a little bit extra. I didn't want to go into too much depth here anyway. Then you just put it away in your house, and it's meant to be, you know, other people send like hexes to you or that. It bounces it back to them as well. It also protects your house, protects the people within it. So that's what a witch's jar is. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Did I boot you out before by mistake? I'm awful sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The thing is, the windows switch over that quickly that you end up clicking on the wrong one, don't you, John? It's the law unto itself. So how can we help you? Thanks for being with us.
I've got a lot of objects in my room that keep moving. I've got OCD, which is not good when they're moving. Same like the last person, I blame my kids for it, and they tell me it's not them.
Oh, wow. John, what do you reckon with this one?
Since about March.
Sorry, go on, sweetheart.
Since about March, they've been moving. But it's either like on the windowsill where I've got things, or on like my drawers.
So is it just a particular room in the house that things are going missing from?
Yeah, it's just my bedroom.
Just your bedroom? Are you in your bedroom
I have
now?
got a feeling who it is, but obviously I don't know whether it is for definite this person.
Right. Okay. So you're in your bedroom now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are we able to see the area where?
How do I turn it round? How do I turn my screen?
You press the camera bit
Like this. Hold
Oh,
on,
that's
I'm going to
gonna-
let the camera out.
So it's like here,
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, missing it.
and then my
Hang on.
windowsill.
And do you see
It's
them
like-
moving, or do you hear them at all?
No. Sometimes I can hear him. And then other times it's like when I go out the room and then come back in, they would move.
I feel a gentleman. I'm going to go straight in here and say, I feel a gentleman energy
Right.
within the room. Okay. And I want to put this gentleman round about sort of 5'6", 5'7" in height.
Right.
Because he's just feeling, I could feel his energy sort of starting to tower in at the side of me there, okay? And I feel a bit like I'm not too sure, okay? So it's like around new people, he's not too sure if I should sort of come forward or not. It's like, should I just stand back? Should I come in? You know, he's that indecisive sort of energy there with him, okay? What about yourself, Lara, at the minute? I'm just trying to build his energy. It's like I need to try and gain his trust.
He's a bit of a highly suspicious character, but actually I think there's a couple of you. I'm picking up a woman as well and also a child. Right, you lost a baby, Kim.
I did.
Yeah.
See, that's who we thought it was.
Yeah.
But obviously I don't know, but it's like nearly it's on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I'm blaming my boys, and my boys are like, Mum, we've not done it. Like I've had a lot going on, and I was recently diagnosed with OCD. So my kids would do it to annoy me, but then they know how stressful it is when things move. But they tell me it's not them.
I do not feel it as your physical children, most definitely not. I do feel it's spirit that's coming in and moving these things. Okay, and you know, I feel it's a weird one because it's like they're coming in and they're trying to help you, and they don't realise that they're not. If that makes sense, okay, they don't realise that moving something from one end and putting it to the other end is causing you such discomfort, because I feel like when they were here, that was not an issue. So this is like a new condition that you've got. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So they're completely unaware of it and how it's affecting you. I feel the only way that they're able to communicate with you is through moving things, because you've got so much going on within your mind all the time. It's like your head never ever switches off. Okay, even when you're sleeping, you're thinking.
I don't sleep.
That's why I'm getting that then, because it's like it's constant, and it's like the spirit world can't, you know, even if you believe in the spirit world, or if you don't, or if you see spirit and if you don't see spirit, when you're sleeping, spirit comes close to you at that point because your mind switches off, and spirit needs for the head and the brain to be sort of disconnected for them to be able to come in and communicate. So when people are sleeping, spirit come right in, they come into the dreams and things. But with you, they can't do that. Okay, so they're having to do other things, and this is why I feel they're moving things, because it's the only way they could think of.
So they're moving things for. So are they moving things so then I know that they're there?
That they're there, yeah. It's also, I feel they're trying to keep you motivated as well, because there's this sort of side to you that's just. Would you, I didn't want to say you've given up, but would you understand that just, I've had a blood enough, right? If I can go and lock myself in a cupboard, I would just go and lock myself in a cupboard, you know, for as long as possible and just not come out.
It's not your fault what happened.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And this is why they're coming in.
You need to, it's about releasing yourself from that, right? This is not your fault.
I've carried a lot of guilt since my son died.
I know, sweetheart. But listen, this is not, it's not on you, right? The wee one, vibrationally, his energy is way too, I mean, I'm going all goose pimply and everything. His energy was so high vibrational. I think it was his body struggled to contain that vibration. Okay?
Definitely.
And I know you've got no warning about his passing, sweetheart, right? He tells me he just left, right? And you were just left wondering what you'd done wrong, if you just have actually, checked, if you'd done this, if you'd done that, right? And this is not, it's not your fault, right?
This has been going on for nearly 2 years.
I know, sweetheart. I know. And there's part of you that I feel that part of you just wants to carry on having children. It's like you just want to sort of make peace with all that. Plus, I
would, but I'm scared that the same thing could happen again.
I know, sweetheart, right? There's a test that you can have, though.
I know, we've had genetic testing.
I know. And it's one of those, I'm feeling it's a recessive gene, it's an autosomal recessive condition, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things, right? There's a test you can have done, and it's about stepping into that, taking charge, and to disconnect from the fear. You're talking with somebody here right now. This is why it's easy for me to see this, is because I went through the same thing, and I lost a daughter, and it was a genetic condition. There's nothing I could do about it.
What he had.
Yes, I know. He was incompatible with life. His vibration was way too high for his physical self. But the energy, sorry, sweetheart.
That's the exact words that they said. He was incompatible with life.
He was incompatible. Okay, so darling, you get up, you take your vitamins, you take your minerals, right? You build your energy and you run at this with a direct energy, right? Because it's about alchemy and about the energetic transfer of the cells, right? And you refuse to let life put you down. You need to gather and go to a good note. You need to finish on a good note.
I'm trying.
I know. So it starts with you, right? Mind, spirit, body, for a reason, okay? And sweetheart, I think your new child is waiting to come in, okay? So it's basically listen, your new baby's depending on you here.
Right.
Okay, so you take yourself out that loop. There's nothing you can do about it, right? It's handing it over. It's one of those things. Nothing prepares you for that. Nothing, right? And do you know what always happens to the best parents ever?
Right.
You've got this.
Do you know, I've always wanted him, do you know, to come into my dreams and, do you know, so I can see him. So obviously I know now he can't, do you know, because obviously I don't sleep and I've got that much going on.
Yeah.
You've had to make some heartbreaking decisions, okay, in your life.
Yeah.
With that wee one being one of them. But you've got a little girl waiting to come in.
Right.
Okay, I know it's not going to make up for the wee one. Nothing will make up for that. Okay, but you can do plenty about where you're going. And you know what to do is every time it's his birthday, you light a candle and a cake. You celebrate the birthday of him. You get the boys involved in that. You get the family involved. You celebrate his life. He still had life.
Well, last year it was his first birthday. We went to Portugal. So I wanted to go abroad this year, but obviously we can't. So I have actually been thinking, what can I do? Because it's in November, so it would have been 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, so birthday cake it is then. How's your
birthday cake?
I've been thinking about ordering a cake for him.
Right, and get those candles right, and you celebrate his life. Okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes we just can't make a body that's fit for purpose. right? Because that purpose is way higher than what we can possibly imagine. And let me tell you, children choose their parents, right? He chose to come through you. He never belonged to you. None of our children ever do. They come through us, but don't belong to us. All right, sweetheart, you've got this, right? Don't finish on a bad note. You get back up, you get your warrior gear on, and you run at life, darling, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, light a candle, get a damn good birthday cake, right? And make sure you enjoy the day, right? Because that lets him know that you love him and he's always welcome in your life. He always has a...
Thank you.
Okay? Lots of love.
Thank
Love.
you.
Take care, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh.
There we go. Oh my goodness. We've had a great time, and do you know what I want to finish on? And she just came, God love her. I can understand how she feels, and it's just sometimes just knowing that they're there. I think it's the best part of doing what we're doing, John, isn't it? I think
Definitely.
is being able to bridge that gap.
Yeah, definitely. And then again, just on a wee point there, everybody thinks, oh, well, spirit are coming in and why are they doing that if they know it annoys me? Sometimes you just need to think, well, that's the only thing they can do because the other options aren't there for them. So there we go. But beautiful. What an absolute night. Honker, stonker. And guess what?
Your takeaways are...
We're finishing just in time, kids, because look what's just come in the door.
It's the takeaway. I knew it. I would have been disappointed if you didn't order one, John. Where's mine?
My tikka masala is here. I'm starving. It's been great, and it's getting in my belly.
There we go. And here's Kim. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. Kim, you are amazing. Always know that, sweetheart. Guys, we've had a blast tonight. Right.
We have covered absolutely everything.
Absolutely. We'll be back next week. We've got lots more planned for you. So stay tuned. Have a fabulous evening. Have a fabulous weekend. Lots of love, everybody. And thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, become a supporter. Right. Batty Spratty's supporter group. Is that right?
Join Mr. Spratty Batty's supporter group. And folks, actually, before I disappear, because my curry's gone cold, before we go offline, me and Lara, Facebook now give people free stars. So check your star banks and see if you've got any free stars. Because, to be fair, we deserve them more than Betty Burke who's singing. All right? We deserve them more. So I don't know, I just made it up. So if you've got free stars that Facebook have gave you, make sure you give them off because we're cool. Thank you, beautiful people.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.